jump. Okay. And now I can basically activate it. And I can just jump. If I would... Good day my federal hackers. Today I'm going to be using Cheat Engine on Schedule 1. And today I'm just doing a single request. A request simply just to catch a multi-jump. Now, in Schedule 1, multi-jump is nothing fancy. It's the same as everywhere. But you might fail to catch it. Basically I was trying to catch it myself. Well, I was testing this on demo. Now this is the full version, but I wanna see. I wanna see. You know what? I wanna see. I'm gonna connect the Cheat Engine to the Schedule 1. Now, let's try and catch a jump. The logic of jump is this. Basically, if I'm touching the ground, I can jump. If I jump, I can no longer jump. If I'm in air, the same thing. I cannot jump. And that's it. This is basically it. This is how the logic works. Now, it's basic from 1 to 0. Of course, it could be something else in other games, but in Schedule 1 it is, if you can jump, it's 1. If you cannot, it's a 0. But I'm gonna scan as if I don't know. So, a no initial value, 4 bytes. It could be other values, like different values, like for example, watch my Hollow Knight multi-jump video. But it's in description. I said that in Hollow Knight it's different. But anyways, so 4 bytes are no initial value, first scan. Let's say I don't know the value. Let's jump. It should be changed. So now, changed value, scan. Yeah, this game is bigger. Cheat Engine took a while to connect to this, but this game is a bit chunky. It encodes density, not the code's amount, but yeah, it's chunky. Okay, now I'm touching the ground, it should be changed. Now I'm in the air, it should be changed again. And just repeat this process until the found amount is as low as possible. Preferably 3, not 4 million. Yeah, and you can of course do this, I'm still in air. And I can do unchanged value, because it should not change. Repeat, maybe go into settings, walk around a bit, exit, stop the repeat, touch the ground, should be changed. Actually, unchanged. Let's walk around. Not pause the game, unchanged, and that seems to do much better. Of course, in some games it could be wonky. For example, the ground could be wonky and you could fall for a few milliseconds, and you know, the scan would trigger as the wrong, so that's why I'm not doing repeat. That's why I'm just walking a bit and then, you know, changing it. Yeah, let's jump. Should be changed. Now unchanged. Let's focus on a few values. Just a few values. Should be changed. Actually, let's jump around. Now I'm standing. The last scan was while standing, so now it should be unchanged. If you forgot like in which part you scan, so just basically select the scan type into ignore value. You ignore, and now for example this is the position, like standing, so it should be unchanged. Jump, change. We are getting close. We are getting close. You could try and brute force right now. I'm gonna do unchanged, and I could do something risky. I could do repeat unchange, or I could do set a hotkey for unchanged value scans. In settings you can set hotkeys. I have set my hotkeys for unchanged, change, decrease, increase, and pause of the game, if I so desire. But I'm gonna press repeat. Do not jump. Let's just sprint around a bit. Okay. The jump should be changed. Now should be unchanged. Still unchanged. This should be changed. About different air time. This should be unchanged because I'm in air. This should be unchanged also. This should be changed. This should be unchanged. And there we go. So basically I was first of all trying this in the demo version, and I kept on getting this one in demo version, this value, and I kept on locking it, and as you can see it changes normally. I don't think I got this in demo, but I got this. So this is the correct value. This one is the correct value. Now let's lock them and let's test. I could sort of do that multi-jump. As you can see, well, this is much more progress than I've done in demo. Yeah, because normally I cannot do it. I can do some sort of boosted jump by spamming space. I was playing around with force in this game, so I checked a bit with force, but yeah. Yeah, but anyways, that was fun with force. I have done like what? I turned off gravity with force. Yeah. Anyways, those are different hacks. Those are, you know, for me just to test the jump. And then I noticed that the jump did have his one, but I was wondering, why have I not gotten the jump? I know how to scan for jumps, but I just could not get the jump for the life of me. Now I can tell you the jump is this one. But if I lock it on one, as you can see, it changes. I can jump a bit higher a few more times, but it changes so fast. Like the lock of Cheat Engine does not do anything. Of course, you can go into settings, I believe, let's see, not the eye tools, into freeze intervals, I believe, to increase the, because this activation is called freezing. This is not a script, so you just freeze the value, and the freezing interval, you need to increase it, and then you could perhaps, you know, outmatch the game's speed, but there's a different way. Right click, and basically in some games, yes, this will happen, that, you know, you lock the value that you think is correct, but it just doesn't work. And it does happen. I just did not got this value. Actually, I just didn't got this for some reason in demo. I'm gonna rescan, I'm gonna check the demo, then I'm gonna, you know, let's right click this, find out what writes to this address. Yes, attach debugger. We're gonna see what writes to it. What keeps writing so fast that I cannot freeze it? This instruction. Whatever I do, it just keeps on writing. Understood. Show this assembler. I like to always right click, not always, but I like to do this now. Right click and find out what else this instruction accesses. Basically, what else does this instruction write to? It seems to only write to our jump. Only one. Okay. So I can basically right click, replace with code that does nothing. Okay. It should not crash. And I can do infinite jumps. Good. It works fine. That one does never changes now because nothing writes to it. I can even show you. There we go. As you can see, that one never changes. Okay, nice. So let's restore, because we wanna make something that we can activate with a press of a button. Select this instruction, you know, the instruction that changes this value, so go into tools, auto assemble or control A. Now template, AOB injection or shift control A. Okay, something unique with letters, make sure it's not green, okay. Now beyond the blue and red, here's the code. This is the same instruction that's in here, and this is something extra just so it would be unique find, so we could, you know, locate it, because it locates by checking the address and then checking the bytes, and then you can, you know, replace it. So basically what we need to do is this. Either change this AL into 1 or just remove this move at all, you know. But I'm gonna change that AL because this instruction says move, which is basically copy paste. So I'm gonna say move into this value. This value's address. This value. This is the command. So it's basically copying this value and pasting here whatever, you know, that is in here, and just replacing this value with this value. This is basically what it does. Replace it with 1. Now press file, assign the security table. Your script appears right over here. You can now press OK. This is Cheat Engine 7.7. Real cool. Yeah, we can close this. We have our script. Now we can just simply name it into inf jump. Okay. And now I can basically activate it, and I can just jump. If I were to deactivate it, yep, it triggers that I'm not on the ground, checks if I'm on the ground, not on the ground. Yeah, and basically it just sets it into 1 whatever I do. Right, yep, it just sets into 1, as you can see. So yeah, this is basically the script, and this is it. I'm not gonna post it for downloads because this game gets updates, and it will get updates because, you know, devs said so. I don't think this game died. I don't know. Okay, let me just save now. Now, okay, I'm gonna show you maybe a little snippet of what I've done. Yeah, the Cheat Engine now has this AI thing. I believe it's AI. Like the loading screen. I'm not really bothered by it. It's just, you know, something to show that the Cheat Engine loads. Okay, let's connect to schedule 1. So this is just a bit. Now the force will not work. I believe nothing else in here will work, right? Wait. Mono is active? Yes, it's active. My jump will not work either. Force will not work. My chords will work. So this is basically a capture of my coordinates. And I just basically converted save of coordinates. It's a bit of a mess. Basically converted this thing from my Hytale video. So basically it does the same thing. With Z you save your current coordinates, and then you can, by pressing X, you can teleport back to wherever you saved. Now basically by scanning coordinates, I can, for example, save it in my house and teleport here. Oh, calls the cops. So basically, yeah, this is how it works. Basically, I just converted it a bit differently. The script, as you can see, this changed, for example. And I'm comparing this via my coordinates. So basically, I should make a video about this. I probably will for different game, or for this game but in demo. I'm gonna fucking refund this game. I'm not really into such games. Okay, so I'm checking out this demo version, and as you can see, it has the same thing, like 256. It's the same thing that was in the bot version. It's the same thing, and there should be 1, but there is no 1. There are these 2 values. Now one of them should be the correct one, and now oh boy. Right. I see why it was redone. Yes, it's really laggy. Now, mono activated should be activated. Yeah, now to find which one is responsible for jump. Now, yeah, one should be responsible for jump, and this has recording of coordinates, I'd say. That's why it's so laggy. I mean, I can try doing like, as I said, let's see, freezing interval, 1 millisecond. You know how hellish this will be. This could be lag of the game itself, I believe. Yep, no, yeah. The game itself has some sort of laggy stuff thing. What we could do, what you could do, what I could do, pause the game and let's see what writes to you. Let's try this. I should not do that. Yep. It was so many codes it broke. Now the jump, I'd say jump is somewhere there. Maybe I'd say this. The jump was, first of all, added into like a mesh of code. A code which was in a mesh, like there was a bunch of codes, a bunch of strings going in it, like a bunch of recordings in one value. Now I have seen this insane code in, for example, Coromon. Like the first thing, the Coromon had insane code. I couldn't use script for the love of me. Well, like you can, I mean, just put enough effort in it, like enough time, and then you could decipher any such value. But this value wasn't that bad. You could do it with enough time. But yeah, it has a bunch of things, and there might be jump over there, might be. It changed sorta similarly, unless you could locate jump via this value that is repeating everywhere. But yeah, the jump might have been there, it might have been lost. Heck, first of all, when I scanned for these, I saw 3 values like these. 3. Well, one of them might have been close to this one, but yeah, those values seem to have like a bunch of code in it, and it could lead to a jump. The jump is somewhere. Fact is this: the jump is somewhere. Where is it? I don't know. So yeah, this is, of course, this was in the free sample, in the demo. This is in demo. But to do the, this second part is in demo. This is about demo. The first part, where I actually did the multi-jump, was in the bot version, in the actual, the full version, the release. The versions are in description. So yeah, multi-jump works in normal schedule, but in the demo, the code is ass. So finding a jump is difficult. So yeah, but not impossible. Not impossible. Am I gonna do it? No. Why? Because I don't care about the demo of Schedule 1. So yeah, with that being said, this was Schedule 1 multi-jump. So yeah, that is all. Thanks for watching. Right, I can actually show you how I turned off gravity. So let me activate my force. It should work. Yep. And my chords. Let me just catch them real quick. Capture all of them. There we go. Now I can turn them off if I wanna. They'll stay, and I can see the force. As you can see, the gravity force changes a lot. So if you wanna catch gravity, I would suggest doing that jump glitch from here. Basically, doing a bunch of jumps and doing this jump glitch. And of course, you can see into my force, into y coordinates of force, you can see how y increases. Now, as you can see, as I spam jump, and if I won't spam it, it decreases a lot. So yeah. And basically, when I activate this thing, I can jump, and I do not fall. I thought that maybe jump could be responsible, the jump checks if you're at the 0. So now my force cannot go below 0, which is very nice. So yeah, I thought that maybe jump responded to this, but it did not. So this could be used for, I don't know, jumping, then activating this. Now I'm lifting up, and I'm gonna stay here in the sky. I cannot jump though, but I can run above those borders, and I can go across the map and see what's up in this demo. And as you can see, I crossed the border just now. So yeah, and I can actually check it out, like what's up in this map. And of course you can use the same TP save. I pressed X accidentally, so now I'm here. Yeah, I cannot fall. So yeah. So yeah, this is a little bonus for those that wanted to